What's up, cool people? I'm Matt Conroy. Welcome back to our Bible study. Okay, so now we're looking at Numbers chapter 36, the final chapter of Numbers. And the last chapter pretty much just covered cities of refuge, where they would be, how those all worked, and a little tidbit about what cities the Levites would get amongst the land that the Israelites would inherit, or whatever, the lands in which they would come to live after, taking the promised land. But anyway, yeah, not really too much else context-wise that I feel like I need to mention. So, here we go. Numbers 36. Then the heads of the clans of Gilead, descendants of Machir, son of Manasseh, son of Joseph, came to Moses and the family leaders of Israel with a petition. They said, "Sir, the Lord instructed you to divide the land by sacred lot among the people of Israel. You were told by the Lord to give the grant of land owned by our brother Zelophehad to his daughters. But if they marry men from another tribe, their grants of land will go with them to the tribe into which they marry. In this way, the total area of our tribal land will be reduced. Then when the year of Jubilee comes, their portion of land will be added to that of the new tribe, causing it to be lost forever to our ancestral tribe." So, the concern here, yes, there's specific details to that situation, but it mentions Zelophehad's daughters because that was a previous situation mentioned in a previous chapter where it was like, okay, who gets the land here? And the concern is that that land that rightfully belongs to a particular tribe, because of it being the sacred lot which they are given, then if they marry men from a different tribe, given, kind of patriarchal ways of doing things, it was, it basically would have gone to the tribes of the husbands rather than the tribes of the wives in that case. So basically tribal land would be lost from one tribe to another, but it's supposed to be, by God's decree, assigned to this tribe, not a different tribe. So that's their concern here, to my understanding. I think I've pretty much explained my thoughts on the first section there, so let me continue on here. Verse 5. So Moses gave the Israelites this command from the Lord. The claim of the men of the tribe of Joseph is legitimate. This is what the Lord commands concerning the daughters of Zelophehad. Let them marry anyone they like, as long as it is within their own ancestral tribe. None of the territorial land may pass from tribe to tribe, for all the land given to each tribe must remain within the tribe to which it was first allotted. The daughters throughout the tribes of Israel who are in line to inherit property must marry within their tribe, so that all the Israelites will keep their ancestral property. No grant of land may pass from one tribe to another. Each tribe of Israel must keep its allotted portion of land. Which, I would figure part of the reasoning behind that is, A, so that, the boundaries of lands belonging to each tribe wouldn't get so, confusing or even, scattered. That they might have wanted to keep, the land, okay, this portion of the promised land is for, the tribe of Simeon or whatever. And they didn't want that really changing. Also, it's God says this portion of land is for this tribe. then goes against God's decree or God's it goes against what God has established to then say that, okay, part of this land now belongs to this other tribe. No, that wouldn't really fit in line with that whole idea. So it's not that the daughters inheriting land could not marry at all. It's just that they were supposed to marry within their own tribe to, keep the land within that tribe. So here we go. Verse 10. The daughters of Zelophehad did as the Lord commanded Moses. Mahlah, Tirzah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Noah all married cousins on their father's side. They married into the clans of Manasseh, son of Joseph. Thus their inheritance of land remained within their ancestral tribe. These are the commands and regulations that the Lord gave to the people of Israel through Moses while they were camped on the plains of Moab, beside the Jordan River, across from Jericho. Not only referring to this chapter, but also like multiple chapters prior, I assume. But, marrying cousins is generally frowned upon in modern society. Some people, some like biblical thinkers, I'm not even going to say scholars, but some biblical thinkers try and justify it by like saying, the human DNA was like more diverse within the people, like within each individual person at that point, so it was like less risk of negative side effects from marrying and having children with closer family members. I'm not 100% sure I buy that explanation, but also like it depends on if you think DNA gets more and more and more like specified and basically less diverse as we get through more generations. I don't really know all the science behind that to really say for sure. But, I mean, also to some effects, if they had to marry within their own tribe, again, you run into the situation of, well, you probably only have to go back, like, a few generations to say, like, oh yeah, there's a pretty close relation there. How far down the family tree would you say is a reasonable enough cutoff for the awkwardness of marrying within the family line gone? Like, where does that disappear? Hard to say. But, it's not necessarily saying you should marry your cousins in this day and age. Again, this is Old Testament. Times are different now. There's a lot of the Old Testament that we don't really live by anymore, nor do we have to. Thank you, Jesus. Literally. Anyway, okay. Enough ranting on about that tangent. I guess there's really not too much else to say. That, at least not that I can think of right now. So that wraps it up for chapter 36 and the entirety of the book of Numbers. Okay, so a little follow-up on the situation with the daughters of Zelophehad, because, they set the precedent in that situation for whether or not daughters were allowed basically to inherit their family land. And since that was decided yes, the trouble then became, okay, how do we handle this with regards to marriage and how the land would pass between tribes in that situation? Question/concern answered within the chapter. So, yeah. that officially does it for Numbers within our Bible study. Bit of a housekeeping note. This is also the last video that I have recorded while doing a Twitch stream. So future Bible study videos are going to be taken still probably from live streams, but YouTube live streams. So it's maybe going to look a little bit different, but it shouldn't be like too significant. Actually, there might wind up being a slightly better quality to it as well, because there were some issues with sometimes some issues with using Twitch Studio and like lag between audio and video and that kind of stuff. It's actually one of the reasons why I was not so fond of doing these on Twitch, or more accurately, one of the reasons why I was okay with the idea of moving away from Twitch for doing my live streams / recordings and that kind of stuff. So anyway, just thought I should put that out there, let you know that in the future it's going to look a little bit different, but only like slightly. So yeah, also be on the lookout for Numbers Abridged. I pretty much have that at the ready. I just am trying to figure out where within the schedule I want to put that. And then starting with the next Bible study video, we will be moving into Deuteronomy, book number 5 of the Bible. Making progress. Woohoo! But anyway, okay, that's all I've got. So as always, like and share if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell to get updates when I post new videos. Look down in the description to get info on other social media pages and all that good stuff. And leave comments down below that with any thoughts you have. So that's it for now. Hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I'll see you for the next video. But until then, stay cool, people.